Hi, my name is Kaylee and welcome to the channel. This is kind of going to be a little bit of mixed content, a little bit of semi-feral, neurospicy, personally, exennial, bridge the gap of those generations vibe, homestead in progress type stuff. So you'll kind of follow us along and see kind of how we do things in terms of that. I kind of have a vested interest in gardening, natural medicine, so there will be some like educational stuff along the way with that. I say homestead, so definitely there is a desire to get toward being self-sustaining at some point. Like ideally we'd be off-grid long-term. But myself and my boyfriend Zach both work full-time at this point, so it's just not realistic. So more or less what we have is kind of an expensive hobby farm, including some hippie vitamins over there, which honestly I do mostly for my family who partakes, whereas I can't because I have asthma, so the inhalation doesn't go so well. I have a bit of a potty mouth, so we will be getting a little creative masking some of that because I guarantee you that will happen at some point. But we've got a bit of an array of creatures. At one point, I got out of a not so great relationship and I had nobody to tell me no anymore, so I filled up a big empty house with lots of animals. So there's an array of dogs and cats. I kind of have a side gig breeding ball pythons. There are rats to feed the snakes, and I also love the rats. I've had chickens since about 2019, kind of before everything went COVID and quarantine, which actually turned out to be very lucky. And then at one point I had a lot of predator pressure from foxes, as it turned out one of my lovely neighbors was illegally feeding them and keeping them in the area. So then I had to get crafty with trying to help with predator pressure, and I ended up with some guard geese, which actually were fantastic for the hawks, but not necessarily for the foxes. And then ultimately, what was kind of a great solution was emus, long story, and a ring of electric fences. But so we've got chickens, geese, and the emus outside, and then I also have a pair of Highland cows. And there's some fish. I have a lovely cockatoo named Betty who was an owner return as their health declined after COVID and they couldn't keep her. I think that's it in terms of the life. But yeah, we've got a few gardens. I got a bit of an orchard. We got some fruit trees and mixed berry bushes out front, some hazelnuts, a little bit of witch hazel. I've got some nut trees out back which are not yet producing. Everything's fairly early on. But if you want to just join along and kind of see how we muddle through, I'm sure you'll get to watch plenty of screw-ups along the way. Welcome.